Welcome back to Epic Discoveries, where we discover the places around the globe.
The year 2024 has brought into focus the growing environmental challenges facing cities across the United States. As urban populations swell and industrial activities ramp up, pollution and waste management have become critical issues. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 dirtiest cities in the U.S., uncovering the complex factors that contribute to their environmental degradation. From air and water pollution to waste management failures, these cities face daunting challenges that affect not only their residents, but also the broader ecological landscape. Whether you're planning a move or are simply curious about the state of urban cleanliness, this countdown will provide eye-opening insights into the harsh realities of pollution in America. Starting our countdown at number 10, Bakersfield is known for having some of the worst air quality in the United States. Situated in California's Central Valley, Bakersfield's unique geographical features exacerbate its environmental challenges. The valley acts as a natural trap for pollutants, with agricultural activities, vehicle emissions, and industrial operations all contributing to the city's poor air quality. The American Lung Association consistently ranks Bakersfield at the bottom of the list for air quality, with particulate matter and ozone levels far exceeding national safety standards. These pollutants have serious health implications, including increased rates of asthma, bronchitis, and cardiovascular diseases among residents. The city's economy, heavily reliant on agriculture and oil production, also contributes to its environmental woes. Despite efforts to introduce cleaner technologies and stricter emissions controls, Bakersfield's air quality remains a significant concern, making it one of the dirtiest cities in the U.S. In 2024, the impact on public health is undeniable, with local healthcare providers reporting higher than average cases of respiratory illnesses directly linked to the city's polluted air. Ranked at number 9, Houston is a city where the absence of zoning laws has led to a chaotic mix of industrial and residential areas, resulting in significant environmental challenges. Houston is home to one of the largest concentrations of oil refineries and chemical plants in the country, contributing to its high levels of air pollution. The city emits vast amounts of nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter, pollutants that are known to cause respiratory issues, cardiovascular diseases, and even cancer. The lack of clear zoning regulations has allowed industrial complexes to spring up near residential neighborhoods, increasing the risk of exposure to harmful pollutants. In addition to air pollution, Houston faces severe water quality issues. The proximity of industrial facilities to water sources has led to frequent contamination events, with pollutants such as benzene and other toxic chemicals being detected in the city's water supply. This has prompted numerous public health advisories, warning residents, particularly those in vulnerable communities, to avoid drinking tap water without proper filtration. The sprawling nature of Houston also complicates waste management efforts. Illegal dumping is rampant, particularly in low-income areas, where waste collection services are often inadequate. The city's efforts to curb these practices through public awareness campaigns and stricter enforcement have had limited success, leaving many areas littered and unclean. Despite its economic success, Houston's environmental problems are a significant blemish, contributing to its ranking as one of the dirtiest cities in the U.S. At number 8, New York City, the largest metropolis in the United States, also ranks among the dirtiest due to its significant environmental challenges. The city's dense population of over 8 million people and its status as a global economic hub contribute to its environmental issues. New York's air quality is compromised by the constant traffic congestion, with vehicle emissions being a major source of pollutants such as nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. The city's infrastructure, some of which dates back over a century, struggles to keep pace with modern environmental demands. This has led to frequent breakdowns in public services, including waste management. New York generates approximately 14 million tons of trash annually, much of which ends up in landfills or is incinerated, contributing to air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. The city has made strides in improving its recycling programs, but challenges remain, particularly in densely populated areas where space constraints make effective waste sorting and collection difficult. Homelessness is another factor contributing to the city's environmental degradation. With over 70,000 homeless individuals, many of whom live in encampments or on the streets, sanitation issues are prevalent. These areas often lack access to basic hygiene facilities, leading to the accumulation of waste and creating breeding grounds for disease-carrying pests such as rats. The city's attempts to address these issues through increased funding for social services and sanitation have been met with varying degrees of success. While New York remains a global center of culture and commerce, its environmental challenges are a stark reminder of the difficulties faced by megacities in maintaining urban cleanliness. Phoenix, Arizona, ranks at number 7, and its environmental challenges are particularly severe given its desert climate. The city is one of the fastest growing in the United States, with a population that has more than doubled over the past few decades. This rapid expansion has put a tremendous strain on the city's infrastructure, particularly in terms of air quality and waste management. Phoenix regularly experiences high ozone levels, with the American Lung Association giving it a failing grade for air quality. The city's air is also heavily laden with particulate matter, much of which is kicked up by the desert winds or generated by vehicle emissions and industrial activities. These pollutants are particularly harmful in a hot, dry climate, where they can linger in the air for extended periods, exacerbating respiratory conditions such as asthma and COPD. Phoenix's waste management system is also under significant strain. The rapid growth of the city has led to increased waste production, but the infrastructure to manage this waste has not kept pace. Illegal dumping is a common problem, particularly in the outskirts of the city, where services are less consistent. The combination of poor air quality, inadequate waste management, and the challenges posed by the city's rapid growth has led to significant environmental degradation. Phoenix's situation is further complicated by the ongoing water crisis in the Southwest, which has forced the city to adopt more stringent water conservation measures. These challenges make Phoenix one of the dirtiest cities in the U.S., highlighting the difficulties of managing environmental health in a rapidly expanding urban area. Riverside, California, ranks number 6, and faces many of the same environmental challenges as its neighbor, San Bernardino. Riverside's air quality is among the worst in the nation, largely due to its location in the Inland Empire, a region known for its high levels of pollution. The city is situated in a basin surrounded by mountains, which traps pollutants from industrial activities and heavy vehicular traffic, leading to frequent smog and high ozone levels. These conditions have severe health implications for residents, contributing to increased rates of asthma, lung disease, and other respiratory conditions. In addition to air pollution, Riverside struggles with waste management issues. The city's rapid growth has outpaced its infrastructure, leading to inadequate waste disposal systems and frequent illegal dumping. Public spaces and vacant lots are often littered with trash, contributing to the city's unsightly appearance and creating a breeding ground for pests such as rats and cockroaches. Water quality is another significant concern in Riverside. The city's water supply is frequently contaminated with industrial runoff and agricultural pollutants, leading to health advisories and concerns among residents. Despite efforts to address these issues through stricter environmental regulations and community cleanup initiatives, Riverside continues to face significant challenges in maintaining urban cleanliness. The city's environmental problems are compounded by socioeconomic factors, including high poverty rates and a lack of access to quality health care, which make it difficult for residents to cope with the health impacts of pollution. Riverside's ranking as one of the dirtiest cities in the U.S. reflects the ongoing struggles faced by communities in California's Inland Empire, where economic growth often comes at the cost of environmental health. Newark, New Jersey, comes in at number 5, with environmental challenges that are deeply rooted in the city's industrial history. Newark's air quality is consistently poor, largely due to the city's proximity to major industrial facilities and transportation hubs. The Port of Newark, one of the busiest in the United States, contributes significantly to the city's air pollution, with emissions from ships, trucks, and trains adding to the already high levels of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. These pollutants are known to cause respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, and Newark has one of the highest asthma rates in the country. The city's waste management system is also under strain. Newark generates a significant amount of waste, much of which ends up in landfills or is incinerated, contributing to local air and soil pollution. Illegal dumping is a pervasive problem, particularly in low-income neighborhoods where municipal services are often lacking. These areas are frequently littered with debris, old furniture, and hazardous materials, creating unsafe and unsanitary conditions for residents. Water quality is another major concern in Newark, with the city's aging infrastructure leading to frequent contamination issues. Lead in the water supply has been a significant problem, particularly in schools and older homes, prompting public health emergencies and legal action. The city has made efforts to address these issues, including replacing old pipes and improving waste management practices, but challenges remain. Newark's environmental problems are compounded by socio-economic factors, including high poverty rates and limited access to health care, which make it difficult for residents to address the health impacts of pollution. Despite ongoing efforts to improve the situation, Newark remains one of the dirtiest cities in America. Oklahoma City ranks at number 4, and its environmental challenges have significant implications for the health and well-being of its residents. The city's air quality is severely compromised by high levels of greenhouse gas emissions, which are among the highest per capita in the United States. These emissions are primarily the result of industrial activities, including oil and gas production, as well as heavy vehicular traffic. The city's reliance on fossil fuels has contributed to high levels of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter in the air, leading to increased rates of respiratory diseases such as asthma and COPD among residents. Oklahoma City also faces serious waste management issues. The city's waste disposal infrastructure is outdated and inadequate, leading to frequent illegal dumping and littering. These practices are particularly prevalent in low-income neighborhoods, where residents often lack access to regular waste collection services. The result is unsanitary conditions that contribute to the spread of disease and attract pests such as rats and cockroaches. In addition to these challenges, Oklahoma City is also grappling with the impacts of climate change, including more frequent and severe weather events such as tornadoes and floods. These events can exacerbate existing environmental problems, leading to further degradation of air and water quality. The city has made some progress in addressing these issues, including efforts to modernize its waste management systems and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. However, significant challenges remain, particularly in ensuring that all residents have access to clean air, water, and a safe living environment. Oklahoma City's ranking as one of the dirtiest cities in the U.S. highlights the need for continued investment in environmental health and infrastructure. Before we reveal the remaining 3 dirtiest cities in the United States, I have a special 10-second request for all of you currently watching.
If you could help me in any way, just pressing that subscribe button would mean a lot. It greatly supports this channel, and if you do that for me, your support helps us continue bringing you more exciting insights and travel opportunities from around the globe. Do we have a deal? Awesome, thank you.
Los Angeles, ranking at number 3, is a city that exemplifies the challenges of managing environmental health in a sprawling urban landscape. The city is infamous for its persistent smog, a byproduct of high vehicle emissions and industrial activities. Los Angeles is one of the most car-dependent cities in the world, with millions of vehicles on the road daily contributing to the city's poor air quality. The smog problem is exacerbated by the city's location in a basin, surrounded by mountains which traps pollutants and leads to frequent air quality alerts. These conditions have severe health implications, particularly for children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing respiratory conditions. Los Angeles also faces significant challenges with waste management. The city generates millions of tons of waste each year, much of which ends up in landfills or is incinerated, contributing to air and soil pollution. Homelessness is another major issue in Los Angeles, with tens of thousands of people living on the streets or in temporary shelters. These individuals often lack access to basic sanitation facilities, leading to the accumulation of waste and the spread of diseases. The city has made efforts to address these issues, including initiatives to reduce vehicle emissions, increase recycling rates, and provide more services for the homeless population. However, these efforts have been met with mixed success, and Los Angeles continues to struggle with significant environmental challenges. The city's ranking as one of the dirtiest in the United States reflects the ongoing difficulties of managing pollution in a large, densely populated urban area. Detroit ranks at number 2, a city whose environmental challenges are a legacy of its industrial past and ongoing economic struggles. Detroit's air quality is among the worst in the nation, with high levels of particulate matter and other pollutants emitted by the city's remaining industrial facilities and vehicle traffic. These pollutants have significant health impacts, particularly in low-income communities where residents are more likely to suffer from respiratory diseases such as asthma and bronchitis. The city's water quality is also a major concern, with aging infrastructure leading to frequent contamination issues. The lead poisoning crisis in Detroit has been well documented, with thousands of children exposed to unsafe levels of lead in their drinking water. This has had devastating effects on public health, contributing to a range of developmental and behavioral problems in affected children. Detroit also struggles with waste management, particularly in abandoned neighborhoods where illegal dumping is common. These areas are often littered with debris, old tires, and hazardous materials, creating unsafe and unsanitary conditions for residents. Despite efforts to revitalize the city through economic development and infrastructure improvements, Detroit's environmental problems remain a significant barrier to progress. The city's ranking as one of the dirtiest in the United States highlights the need for continued investment in environmental health and infrastructure, particularly in low-income and minority communities that are disproportionately affected by pollution. Finally, at number 1, San Bernardino takes the top spot as the dirtiest city in America in 2024. The city's environmental challenges are driven by its location in California's Inland Empire, a region that is notorious for its high levels of pollution. San Bernardino's air quality is the worst in the nation, with the city frequently exceeding federal air quality standards for ozone and particulate matter. The city's geography plays a significant role in its environmental problems. San Bernardino is located in a valley surrounded by mountains, which traps pollutants emitted by the thousands of diesel trucks that pass through the region daily. These trucks are a major source of nitrogen oxides and particulate matter, pollutants that are known to cause respiratory diseases, cardiovascular problems, and even cancer. The American Lung Association has consistently given San Bernardino failing grades for air quality, with over 100 high ozone days reported annually. These pollutants have severe health implications for residents, particularly children, the elderly, and those with pre-existing health conditions. In addition to poor air quality, San Bernardino also faces significant challenges with waste management. The city's waste disposal infrastructure is outdated and inadequate, leading to frequent illegal dumping and littering. Public spaces and vacant lots are often littered with trash, creating unsightly and unsanitary conditions that attract pests such as rats and cockroaches. The city's high poverty rate further exacerbates these issues, as many residents lack the resources to properly dispose of waste or address health problems caused by pollution. Despite efforts to improve the situation through stricter environmental regulations and community cleanup initiatives, San Bernardino remains the dirtiest city in the United States in 2024. The city's environmental challenges are a stark reminder of the ongoing struggles faced by many communities in the Inland Empire, where economic growth often comes at the cost of public health and environmental quality. The environmental challenges facing these cities are immense, and the impact on public health and quality of life is profound. However, these challenges also present opportunities for significant improvements. Public awareness, stricter regulations, and community involvement will be key in turning the tide. Each of these cities faces unique challenges, but the common thread is the need for investment in infrastructure, environmental health, and social services. Addressing these issues will require a concerted effort from government, businesses, and communities, but the potential rewards are enormous. Cleaner air, safer water, and healthier communities are within reach if the necessary steps are taken.
If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on which cities you think should have made the list. Stay tuned for more deep dives into pressing global issues right here on Epic Discoveries. Safe travels.